So after successful completion of the part non-chordata, now we are going to talk about the chordata and the phylum which is connecting the chordata with the non-chordata. So I am sharing screen and we will move ahead. Okay. So first thing I wish to share with you is about hemichordata. So what is this hemichordata? Actually, the meaning of the word is hemi is half. So hemichordata means half of the chordata. So why half of the chordata? Actually, this was earlier placed as a subphylum under phylum Chordata, but now it is considered as a separate phylum because this phylum Hemichordata is thought to be a connecting link between non-chordata and chordata. Okay, they are having worm-like animals. What are their features? We will have to look at them one by one. They are exclusively marine and mostly they live in at the bottom side of the seabed in the burrows. Apart from that, if you talk about the symmetry and body organization, they are bilaterally symmetrical and cryptoblastic. They also have organ system level of organization. Body is quite soft with cylindrical unsegmented body. Unsegmented body means neither it has metamer nor it is having other part, but it can be divided into prominent regions like proboscis, collar and trunk. Proboscis is the anterior part. After that they will have collar and trunk. It is true coelom, but true notochord is absent. See, presence of notochord is the deciding factor that if organism is non-chordata or chordata. So they have notochord-like structure, but it is not true notochord. That's why they are called as hemichordata. As other developed organisms, their digestive systems are complete, and as they are aquatic, so they respire via gill, and circulatory system is having open type, but it has heart at the frontal part, and in their proboscis they have a gland which is called proboscis gland. It is majorly responsible for the excretion. The nervous system is very primitive. It doesn't have well developed nerve ganglion. It has at the epidermis region, it has group of nerve cell which is called as nerve plexus. Okay, the sensory cells present in the epidermis region is mainly responsible for their acting as their sense organs. Okay, the reproduction is sexual. Sexes are separate, that means they are unisexual, and the development is indirected via Tornaria larva. So these larva's name many a time asked in NEET examination. You need to remember planula larva, Tornaria larva, it is seen in case of O. So it is thought to be a connecting link between echinoderms and chordates. Examples are Balanoglossus, Sacoglossus, and Cephalodiscus. I wish to share with you the structure of hemichordata. You can see the anterior part is having proboscis, then collar, and then the other parts are present. Let us have a close look at them. So this is the diagrammatic representation. You can see that nerve cords are there. At the anterior part, the heart is there. These are the gill slits. These are the hepatic sacs which are responsible for excretion. And anus is there. Let us have a look into the picture. See, this is the original organism. You can see how they look. Don't know what feelings we should have after looking at them. So after this, we will talk about chordata. Okay, so I am getting back to chordata. Chordatas are called chordata because they have a notochord. So what is this notochord? They have a notochord and a nerve cord. So notochord is there, which is a stick-like structure, and there is a nerve cord which is responsible for connecting brain with the other part. Apart from that, the another characteristics that should be present in all chordata, that is pharyngeal gill slit. Now you may have question, ma'am, हमारे पास क्या होता है? Do you think we have gill slits? Class? So are we chordata? ये कैसी doubt है? Why this character is mentioned? Let me tell you, beta, at the embryonic stage, during the development stage, when we are inside the womb of mother, human being also have pharyngeal gill slits. Later on, it is diminished. So it shows that we are connected to our ancestor और same ancestor से सभी type के organisms आए हुए हैं. You will study this in detail in grade 12. Okay. So they are obviously bilaterally symmetrical and cryptoblastic coelomate with system level organization. They have post-anal tail. Here also you may have a doubt. Do we have a post-anal tail? What do you think? ऐसे क्लास में ऐसे बच्चे होंगे ना जिसके पास दिखती नहीं है फिर भी ऐसे टेल्स होते होंगे. We have similarities with the monkey. Do you have? Have you ever seen such human being with invisible tails in their body? सभी अच्छे बच्चे हैं, कोई थोड़ी सी भी बदमाशी नहीं करते. हम बोलते ना बंदर है बिल्कुल, मम्मी पापा डांटते हैं. Have you ever heard?
Yes, ma'am.
इतनी दुखी होके यस मैम बोल रही है, जरूर उसको सुनने को.
नहीं मैम, मुझे नहीं, मतलब मैंने ऐसे सुनना है ना, ऐसा बोल रही हूँ.
Yushi, I know you are a very good girl. No one can compare you with like monkey. So these parts, actually we also have post-anal tail, and in this post-anal tail we have bones which is remnant of post-anal tail. हमारे पास tail तो नहीं होता है, but we have like part of bones which are actually present at the part which is called coccyx. Okay, this part is called coccyx, and coccyx is present because we have reminiscent of tail. ये पता करता है कि once upon a time we used to have tail. Okay, so they all of them are having closed circulatory system, and these are the definitions or the difference between the chordata and non-chordata. Okay, so we will learn up to this only. You have your next class starting shortly, so I am stopping over here. In our next lecture we will finish this chapter. We will complete with the different types of chordata, and what we will learn what is the difference between chordata and vertebrata. Okay, so any doubts, anyone?